3, 2, 1, go.
Last one of you to take your hand off this $1 million stack of cash.
Here's a question for the Russian president. Why isn't Mr. Beast banned in Russia? Why isn't YouTube banned? Why isn't Alexei Navalny's channel banned? The Russians killed him for what he said, but he's still here, right here on YouTube. Why? This story isn't complex, but it is a bit weird. You see, Putin's Russia has banned a lot of stuff. I'm not talking about sanctions on cheese and handbags. I'm talking about stuff that actually has been banned by the Russian state. Discord, Microsoft Teams, Skype, Snapchat,
Telegram, WhatsApp, WeChat, the BBC, Germany's DW, America's Radio Free Europe, anything and everything from Finland, Amazon Web Services,
Google Cloud Platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on and on. But not YouTube. Russians can watch YouTube. Russians can watch Mr. Beast. Russians have access to all of YouTube. That's odd. Stuff gets banned in Russia to protect Russians from what they call extreme speech. What they mean is Western influence or anything anti-Putin. There's nothing more Western than Mr. Beast. There's nothing more anti-Putin than the Alexei Navalny channel. But they're not banned. Why? Since 2012, the Russian Service for the Supervision in Telecommunications, Information Technology and Mass Communications, RUSCOMNADZOR, can ban anything, at any time. No warnings, no trials, no appeals. It's all covered by a Russian law called the Information Act. If the Russians can't shut down a website, then the internet service providers are required to block it. And they do. It's a big list. Included in that list of banned stuff is any image of Vladimir Putin dressed as a gay clown, or a bald dwarf, or a crab. That's banned. So's that. That's banned. Oh, that's banned. And that. And that. And that. That's banned. That's banned too. Oh, that one's fine. So's that one. Go figure. Thousands of ordinary Russians get convicted for extreme speech. All the time. It's predictably daft, and it's getting worse. In December 2023, a guy called Andrei Balaban was fined 15,000 rubles by the Tomsk city court for using foul language to describe Vladimir Putin. A priest called Viktor Pivovarov was fined 40,000 rubles because he gave a church sermon calling for world peace at Christmas time. You get the idea. You know this stuff. People get arrested in Russia for leaving flowers on Navalny's memorials. They arrest people there for holding blank placards, protesting with a piece of paper.
Повторяю, требую прекратить ваши противоправные действия. Домой.
Все, забрали.
So why isn't YouTube banned? YouTube used to be really handy for President Putin. It's not true anymore, but Russia Today was the most watched news network on YouTube. It had around 4 or 5 million subscribers, but about 10 billion views. YouTube was a really important tool for spreading Russian, for want of a better word, for spreading Russian propaganda. It was a two-way street. Russia got something out of it, YouTube got something out of it. Russia, after all, was good business. 90 million users, 4% of global revenue. YouTube allowed Russian state media to post to YouTube, and the Russian state put up with a bit of criticism. And then Ukraine. On the 24th of February 2022, Russian tanks rolled into the Ukraine. Russian celebrities took to Instagram to speak out. Alexei Navalny used Instagram to criticize the war and to call on ordinary Russians to come out onto the streets and protest. People came out. Within weeks, Instagram was banned. Russia labelled parent company Meta an organisation of extreme speech Facebook was banned. No surprises there, none. On the 1st of March 2022, the European Union outlawed Russian media. On March the 11th, 2022, YouTube took down Russia Today, Sputnik, all of it. Not demonetized, gone, deleted. YouTube took down 9,000 channels and 70,000 videos. Oh, and it wasn't just in the EU. YouTube removed all Russian state-backed media worldwide, including inside Russia. Facebook and Twitter followed suit and they kicked out Russian state media, and Russia retaliated. Of course they did. Russia banned Facebook, Russia banned Twitter, Russia banned Instagram, but not YouTube. YouTube, to this very day, is still available to Russians inside Russia. That's odd, really odd. YouTube's very popular in Russia. About 75% of Russians with access to the internet watch YouTube. If Russians want to know what's going on in the world, they watch YouTube. Opposition activists, people who oppose Putin, post to YouTube. If Russians want independent news, they go to YouTube. Why isn't it banned? VPNs are used in Russia, of course they are, but looking at Western media, even using a VPN, puts you under suspicion. And let's face it, most people don't use VPNs. There are Russian alternatives to all the sites that were banned. The Russian answer to Facebook is called VK. It's very popular, very successful. Maybe 65% of Russians are on it. That's a lot. The Russian version of YouTube is called RuTube. It's not that popular. It's heavily censored, creators don't get paid. YouTube is still up and running in Russia, and by the way, Russian YouTube channels are brilliant. Of course they are. Most Russian channels aren't about news and politics. YouTube stopped paying Russian creators, but Russian creators carried on uploading to YouTube anyway. Russians watch the same crap you and me watch. You know, YouTube stuff.
Let's try! Yes, babushka, yes!
Нас примотали скотчем к стене! Я не могу двигаться! Кто же нас спасет?
Навальный Алексей вас беспокоит. Хотел узнать, зачем вы хотели меня убить.
Vladimir Putin must want to ban YouTube, so why doesn't he just ban it already? Most Russian commentators seem to think it's because YouTube is too popular. I just don't buy that argument. The theory is that Vladimir Putin bans YouTube, he risks upsetting lots and lots of ordinary Russians. So Putin has left YouTube well alone. I'm just not convinced by that argument. I mean, after all, he banned everything else. And maybe that's the reason. Vladimir Putin can point to YouTube and say, look, free speech is alive and well in my Russia. Alexei Navalny is on YouTube for all to see, and he's my biggest critic. I let the Russian people watch whatever they want, from Mr. Beast to Alexei Navalny. It's you people in the West, you banned Russia from YouTube. Here's the thing, in January, Matt Pat and Tom Scott quit YouTube. They were on the platform for over a decade. They had millions of subscribers and billions of views. There was an outcry. Every creator and his dog made a reaction video about that shock news. Everyone had something to say about it. Everybody had an opinion, including me.
Chat, we have breaking news today, man.
It's not clickbait.
Goodbye, internet. Ugh.
The first thing that we're going to talk about today is the retirement of YouTube staple MatPat. Fans were shocked. They were devastated. Also, many people expressing their thanks for all the years of content and entertainment.
Your channel, it's impressive. You've done weekly for almost 10 years. I don't know how you did it, man.
Congrats on an incredible, long, and respected YouTube career.
An unbelievable one for the books.
07's in the chat for MatPat.
Alexei Navalny made videos about corruption in Russia and posted them on YouTube. He had millions of subscribers and billions of views. He posted for over a decade. On the 16th of February 2024, on the 16th, don't you just love YouTube? On the 16th of February 2024, Navalny quit YouTube. I say quit, he was killed. One of our own. A YouTuber has been killed because of what he said right here on this platform on YouTube. I like MatPat and I like Tom Scott, but they're not important. And they ain't dead. No one's making Navalny videos, so I'm doing it. Alex Navalny wasn't rich, he wasn't well connected, he wasn't really much of a politician, he was never elected. What he was a campaigner, he was a lawyer, he was a YouTuber. His videos on Putin's corruption got over 130 million views. Those are Mr. Beast numbers. For his efforts, Navalny was harassed, arrested, attacked, poisoned, imprisoned, and ultimately killed.
But almost as soon as Alexei Navalny began to address the crowd, he was arrested.
Navalny cry out in agony.
Come on, poisoned? Seriously?
This moment was tragically predictable. Alexei Navalny back on Russian soil for the first time since he was poisoned with a Novichok nerve agent and flown to Berlin in a coma, arrested at border control.
Been located at a remote penal colony above the Arctic Circle, weeks after being reported missing within Russia's prison system.
Скончался Алексей Навальный. После прогулки он почувствовал себя плохо, практически сразу потерял.
Alexei Navalny has died.
Putin murdered Navalny just as surely as if he'd strangled him with his bare hands.
Washington and Brussels are responsible for the death of Navalny.
I'm a lawyer. I make YouTube videos. I'm not important, no one watches me, and I'm not good enough at this video YouTube thing to do Alex Navalny justice. This video isn't good enough to mark the passing of a YouTuber who actually mattered, who had something to say, something important to say, and was killed for saying it, but I thought at the very least I should try. So what's the real question here? The question isn't, why isn't Mr. Beast banned in Russia? That's not the real question. The question isn't, if I was Russian, would I make videos exposing Putin? The answer to that is no. No, I wouldn't. I'm just not that brave. I'm not even asking, would Mr. Beast do it? No. No, the question is, would you?